Hello fiber friends, coming in with my weekly video. This is April 4th through the 10th. I will write that in my title and let's do it. Last thing I finished this week was yesterday. Is another pair of baby mitts. I used leftover sock yarn. I believe I did use this for socks. I believe I also used this yarn, the purple part, in a shawl, and I still have 0.05 ounces left, so not much left. Probably not enough to do another pair of baby mitts, but another pair of baby mitts I used 2.29 ounces, equaling out to 25.98 yards in sock weight yarn. Second thing I want to talk about today is a pattern that I test knit. So I can't talk too much about it, but whoop, there it is. Quick view. Quick view. I can say that I used Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca Blend Sport Weight Yarn. Salt Lake is the colorway. It's so pretty. Look at the blues, the greens. This yarn has a bit of a halo on it. It's kind of have a little fuzz around it. This is because of the alpaca. That's kind of the nature of what alpaca yarn does. But alpaca is very absorbent. It keeps you cool. So it's going to be a great summer item. I'm hoping to get a lot of wear out of. I used 10.42 ounces, equaling out to 812.76 yards for the test knit. So I'm glad I have that done now. I still have a little bit more work to do with that. I want to go the opposite way. I still have some questions I need to answer and things, and finishing that project. I got it blocked last night, so all done and ready to go. And talking about blocks, several of you in YouTube have in the chats, I've popped into different chats here and there, have questions about Sock Madness. Well, I'm here to talk about Sock Madness. This is my round one pair of socks. I like them because they have a little bit of stretch to it, so they go on nice, they fit nice and snug. This is the way I like my socks, nice and snug. That being said, I went down to a 000 instead of using the normal size 1 2.25 millimeter. So instead of 2.25, I went down to a 1.5 millimeter for this pair of socks because when you're knitting for Sock Madness, they have requirements. And the requirement for this particular pair of socks was to use 72 stitches. That being said, 72 stitches on a US 1 would fit a giant in my world. Not me. It's way too big for me. Way too big. So I just couldn't do it. So I went down to a 1.5. And there's a few, I'd say 2 major things wrong. Not really wrong. Just a couple things that I did wrong. Okay. First off, I did too many repeats on the leg part before starting the heel flap. The second thing, I didn't end on the contrast color when I started the heel flap. I didn't catch that line in the pattern. At that point I was tired and I'm just like, I just want to get this done. So I got the heel flap and the heel turn done and got back to the pattern to going in the round. Well, apparently I missed 2 rows on the heel flap. Apparently my rows aren't perfectly even on the heel flap. Blocking totally, you can see it's even now. Blocking totally evened that out. So that's a little too picky. I felt it was too picky Because one, I have 12 extra rows here and I'm shy 2 rows here. How does that not even out in some form to be that picky? But whatever. Everything else, the pattern I did right. All of I had the right number of repeats on the foot. I did the toe right. I was just missing 2 rows on the heel, basically. But I have 12 extra rows here. But who cares? They don't. They're like, oh, you have to frog out both feet, put 2 more rows on the heel, reknit all this. And I'm like, heck no, I'm not doing all that. No, I used 1.5. This took 2 days just to do the foot. It took 2 days to do. No. 4 days. 4 days to make this pair of socks. Now, y'all probably thinking, okay, 4 days, it probably take me 2 weeks, probably take me a month. Probably, but I'm an experienced sock knitter. This is my 52nd pair of socks for myself. This doesn't count how many pairs other family members have. Doesn't count how many pairs I've given to friends and other people. Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly how many pair of socks I've made. I really couldn't. I have not kept count. But that's the frustrating part for me. I have extra rows here, but they docked me because I missed 2 rows on the heel flap. Seriously. So dumb. So I'm not moving on to round 2, which is sad because the last couple of years I made it to round 5 to where, well, rounds 1 through 6 is team member against team member. So you start with about 50 people per team. This year, it seems 2 less per team than normal. So it's only 48 members per team. But then you go down to, this year, instead of 45, they're going down to 42 people for round 1. Round 2, and proceeding goes down. Less people in your team. From round 5, I think you have 5 or 10 people. To round 6, to where it goes to 1 person per team. And then round 7 is team against team. So they're trying to weed out to the fastest person on your team. And then it's your fastest person against all the other fastest people. I will never win. And it's fine. I'm slowing down in my knitting. I'm not a speed knitter. Some people say, yes, you are. But I don't feel like I'm a speed knitter. Anyway, that pair of socks is 2.36 ounces, 312.20 yards of yarn, sock yarn I used for those. I took out of my collection. Actually, it's I did 1 sock from round 5 last year, and I did not like the pattern at all. It wasn't a pleasing pattern, so I happily frogged it out. Since I wasn't moving on to round 6. But I put in the effort. I tried. It's not easy. Most people don't even get past qualifying anymore. At least the person that has talked me into doing sock madness, she didn't even get the qualifying pair done. The qualifying pair I felt was an easy. It was an easy to knit pattern, and you've seen that. You've seen these. This is the qualifying pair of socks. So you knit these. You have 2 weeks to knit these. No pressure, but 2 weeks to knit it. It was really fun. I love doing cables anyway. It's just the helix. So helix is knitting 1 color every row. And you just use 2 colors for that. The 3rd color came in just in the 1 cable up the middle. So this was a fun pair of socks to knit. Would I knit them again? Probably not. Would I have chosen it to knit? Probably not. I have enough pair of socks. I don't need any more. Anyway, I don't know how many pairs of socks I've knit. We've had this discussion. Anyway, I've done 12.99 ounces for this week, 105.45 ounces, equaling out to 6.6 pounds. I've done 1,150.94 yards, 7,813.34 yards for the year, equaling out to 10.3 miles so far for this year. If anybody's even interested in those totals anymore, I don't know. I still keep track more out of habit than anything else, but I like to compare year to year. I like to compare this month to last year's the time of this month. Not necessarily to compete with myself or anything. I just find it interesting. That's all I can say. I just find it interesting to myself. So anyway, I have so much to do. I have company coming, and I feel like I need to get some things organized and taken care of. There's a lot of clutter in my house, and it's just been the two of us, and we don't get company or visitors much, so it's fine. I actually like things much better once it feels more organized, and I just need to do it. I need to go through and do a deep, thorough clean. It's been so long since I've cleaned this room out. It needs done. It just needs done. I love to repaint like the living room and the hallway. I would love to repaint those rooms. The kitchen. I don't think the ceiling has ever been painted in the kitchen. I think it's still just primer on the ceiling. So that needs done. I would like to repaint so many things I'd like to do, but it's going to be a while before I get to them kind of thing. Anyway, y'all have a fantastic week. We'll see you in the next Twitch video and perhaps next week. I hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.